Okay, back to EPL Mouth Off.
Monday Mouth Offs.
Monday Mouth Off.
Exactly.
Only on Mondays.
Only on Mondays.
Only me around.
Oh, yeah, that's the only time we have you back.
Yeah.
Keong Keong. Keong Keong. Okay.
Okay, yeah, let's have a look at some of the... Let's have a look at some of the comments that's coming in. Do you have any comments?
Oh, there's one
We
at
only
the
got
moment.
one at the moment.
Hey, what happened, everybody?
Who would have thought Sylvester is Arsenal's only viable centre back?
Arsenal.
Because Sylvester.
When I saw that, I thought it was Sylvester Stallone, but by the way, you spelled it wrong.
Yeah, but anyway, will Mikel Sylvester do for you right now?
I like him, but I think he wouldn't be more than just a stopgap. Someone who is the third or fourth choice centre back for us, meaning that there'll be someone who's top two, and then he's just for me. He's just not. He's not a. I need a 6'4" Vidic or like a 6 foot. Someone who's tall, like
You're
a Belgian.
heightist.
No, it's just that we don't have anyone that can like Rory Delap. He whacked one in. With great arms, but there's no one to defend that kind of throws. Colo Torre can jump, but when you're a centre back, you shouldn't be jumping all the time. You should be more of a positioning than anything else. True. So Sylvester, good player, not right for Arsenal.
How about we sell you Sammy Hippier?
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
But a young Vidic, I mean, go to Belgium, go to Holland. Wenger should just pick any on under 19s, under 21. But he doesn't buy that because he feels that they're too slow to push up. And the way that Wenger plays, they always push up. So they need 4 really fast players. And unless he changes his mind, it will not happen. And Sylvester will still play for Arsenal week in, week out, even though he's not. He's a good. Don't get me wrong. He's a good one-on-one defender. I don't think even Messi can get past him on a regular basis. But when it comes to John Hunter, remember the guy from? He's even good enough to play against Arsenal.
John Hunter.
From nowhere
John Hunter used to play for Sara, and I think a lot of Singapore defenders are damn scared of him.
He had a WWE elbow.
Oh. And then he no two front teeth one.
Yeah.
For good reason.
So yeah.
Go
Look
post,
at them frightening British men that we have. So anyway,
What? But
yeah, so anyway, we got the rest of the top 4 matches. Sorry, I also got some Spurs fan here. Before we go to the other matches, why don't we tell Spurs? Spurs won again, okay?
Spurs is the only team that won out of all of us.
Unbelievable. Of course, they are against Blackburn, which aren't that good.
Other than Blackburn, we can only win Liverpool, right?
Two times.
Okay, next other matches.
I know.
But seriously, Harry Redknapp, how do you think that he has the Midas touch, or is it just because he knows exactly what to do in this kind of situation? He's been there, done that, so like, I've done it before.
I think one thing is that the British players know him and they respect him already as a manager and as a person. Yeah, I mean, when you read the reports, they are talking about how Harry is speaking to them before games and all that. Whereas Ramos will coop them up in a hotel before match.
And not allow them to have any sex.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
I think it might have been the reason. No motivation.
We never know what they were doing in the hotel, though. Yeah, so
you have some.
So I think Harry came in and he reshaped the whole team. As you can see, his backroom staff is filled with people like Tim Sherwood, Les Ferdinand, people who the players can relate to, in the Premier League, that they know that you have been here, you have done that. Whereas Ramos is totally foreign. Language-wise, I don't know if they can even speak on the same wavelength.
I know.
I don't know.
I tried for a while, but I couldn't.
Yeah, and he didn't seem to know which players to play at all. Whereas you see when Harry took over, the team is more or less stabilized. It's there. And everybody, you could tell, was playing for each other.
Excellent, Spurs. Very soon they'll be in the top 4.
Wow. I hope we'll still be there too,
No,
though.
we'll be there. It's the other North London.
I'm sure we'll still be there, but I don't know about you guys.
Alright, meanwhile, after all this mid-table talk, let's go to the top of the league.
So should we
not
cut him
a
out?
good week not exactly a good week for all of the teams.
Yeah, it was actually really bad, man.
My goodness. I was like flipping channel. Flipping,
No
flipping,
goals.
no goals, no goals, flipping, no goals. Kosong.
Until you
I
watch
was
the
getting
Spurs match.
SMS updates.
No, you watch the
SMS
City
updates.
game.
Nothing.
City game, and then
City game.
City game. Oh my god. So anyway, we start with the league leaders,
Can
Chelsea.
cry.
Supposed to be an easy games against Newcastle, but
And by the way, this is the first time we've had a Chelsea fan, right?
forever,
In
long
ages.
time. Hey,
Yeah, so thank
thanks
you so much for
Thank you
coming down, man.
coming.
Yeah.
I wish we could talk more about your game, but no.
Yeah, for the first time.
Yeah. So, but anyway, of course, you
Jeffy holding back here. Down there choking.
So when do you convert being a West Ham or Spurs fan to a Chelsea fan? Was it 04, 05 or 06?
I would say it was just last week. It's been probably about 15 years now.
True blue lah, true blue.
True
From
blue.
the time
Can we put it to a test?
Vialli.
No, he was a Chelsea fan even when he was in secondary school. Yeah.
Oh, you guys know each other from secondary
Yeah,
school.
so he was a Chelsea
Awesome.
fan before
Awesome.
Chelsea got their millions.
Now that's respect.
Oh, wow, respect. That's
is
respect, man.
back when they were still
With Ken Bates.
You actually liked them when they played crack. Why?
Not really, no.
No,
When they started
they're pretty
bringing-
okay, but just couldn't make the
Just
the final
the jump
push.
up.
jump
Yeah.
up until
Was
Roman
Vinnie
came
Jones
in.
playing?
Vinnie Jones.
Oh, we
Oh,
were
hey.
For Wimbledon.
No, for you guys.
That is wise.
You guys know.
That is wise.
That's wise as well.
Yeah.
No, Vinnie Jones did
Still
play for
captain.
Chelsea as well, but it was probably before.
For a while.
Before that,
Yeah.
yeah.
But anyway, you were the Newcastle match. You were missing your top striker,
Drogba.
Didier Drogba, who very smart. Take on coin.
Coin,
People
yeah,
throw
throw
him
him.
one coin. Take a trend.
Hey, he was
He got too
being
much money,
charitable. He was giving the person the coin.
Yeah, Burnley
I'm
fans.
sure.
But it's just that, no, they
throw away a
misconcepted.
penalty. The Burnley fans all don't have medical insurance. Die.
No, you know why not? Because Burnley is a poorer club, so he was being generous and
Yeah.
Calling
In
us Burnley fans.
for this charitable action, he
Lucky
cannot
you're in
ban
Singapore,
for 3 matches. So, do you think that you all missed him during the Newcastle match?
I would say, in a way, he would bring more added depth to the team in front of goal, where his physical play would be very very intimidating for some of the defenders. I mean, like as for example in the game against Newcastle, from what I noticed,
Exactly. You need the Newcastle defenders look like they can fall anytime.
yeah, that's true. They are very, I would say, fragile in a way, but.
You're what, kindergarten players? What, fragile? What, all
Okay.
going for therapy with
They're all very
strings?
limbery. I mean, because look at where they are at now. If I were them, I would probably be in their shoes too. So anyway,
As
Back to
in,
the
going
point.
for therapy on a weekly basis? What, like?
yes, I'll be going for counselling.
Defenders are the most psychologically wrong players. Check out William Gallas.
Yeah.
whom we also sold to them. So anyway,
So
No, actually, we cheated you out that one. We gave you Ashley Cole and you gave us 5 million.
yeah, but speaking of Cole, he's a good player. But
He's a
yeah,
good
back
player.
to the main player.
So
Drogba
okay,
yeah.
y'all miss Drogba, but Chelsea full of firepower.
Yeah,
but
sure. Frank had a great save by Given. Yep. And then from what I remember, so who else headed? He headed past the post. Branislav.
Bratislav,
Yeah, correct. He headed this past post. Yeah, so I would say that they had pretty good chances, but just a matter of luck. And I suppose they are feeling charitable again, yet again, and giving them a point.
Charitable thing. Why don't y'all charitable give to Liverpool or anything?
Yeah, man.
No, because Liverpool doesn't need their charity. Right? They're good enough to win.
We'll take donations.
In fact,
Yeah.
although 2 points drop is still the top of the table. No big deal, right?
That's true. Yeah, that's true. I mean, no, we can afford to give the loose change.
Keep giving loose change, or we'll get more 3-match suspension coming up. Okay. So enough of Chelsea. Back to the second place team, which is
You know,
no.
Scolari actually said something about the match. He actually said, who won today? Newcastle, because they came here to draw with us. The players tried, but it's not the day for us. So he actually said Newcastle won because they went there to draw, and they were successful in drawing.
They achieved their goal, correct. Because they parked the bus in front of goal. So
I don't think that's true. I think Newcastle attacked as well. You see Spider-Man, Jonas Gutierrez running down the wings and still attacking you guys. So Newcastle, I don't think Newcastle is a type of team like, for example, say Stoke. And they're not like that kind of bottom of the table teams that will go to top teams just to defend. Newcastle have a tradition of actually attacking. They didn't traditionally park the ball in front of the bus. They played smart. They were more conservative, but they still attacked. They still wanted to win. Scolari is
but Scolari has actually brought a new dimension to Chelsea, where before with Avram Grant, he deserves some due credit where he did reasonably well considering that he took over in those circumstances. But I would say Scolari has brought in a more attacking dimension, and I would say Samba football to Chelsea.
Samba.
Where previously with Jose and also under Avram, right, they were actually winning games by low scores, low margins. But in this season so far, as you can see, they have been whipping people 3-0, 4-0, 5-0 even, So I would say that.
Of nil.
So that's why I'm saying that it's because of Newcastle in their bad state and their bad plight right now. They're just giving them the points.
To be honest, this was the week, right, where like Chelsea and us basically could have broken away from each other, and both sides we squandered it completely.
Yeah, that's why Liverpool, of course, were playing Fulham at Anfield.
That one was.
I don't know what. I seriously, I was watching the match and I just
I walked off, to 7-Eleven. I was like, oh my gosh.
Is this the team that can score the last minute goals and somehow eke out 1-0 win? No.
Yep, that's true.
I didn't expect them to play the way that they did. I mean, okay, they did have possession for most of the game, I would say, but Fulham, man. It was Fulham.
Fulham is a pretty good team.
No, the player who was supposed to celebrate
title people, man. Come on.
The player who was supposed to celebrate 10 years as the first Liverpool first team member was missing. And the player was Steven Gerrard. Steven Gerrard.
Maybe he was genuinely injured this time.
Yeah.
After last week, he went play duty for his country.
No, I was, of course, being a fan, I went to the website and then they got like 22 articles about how good he is. Of course, it's a bit,
biased, you think?
But I still like to read it. and now to rub it into other clubs.
I have a very excellent wallpaper.
Do you think that he's the best midfielder in the world right now?
No. Steven Gerrard?
Are
you crazy?
Why?
Obviously, Cristiano Ronaldo is the best midfielder in the world.
I knew it.
You mean what? Centre mid?
Centre midfielder.
Box to box.
Still playing?
Arguably.
Still playing.
Still playing while breaking it down.
Paul Scholes. It is Paul Scholes. Yeah. But, if in terms of options for England, then probably, Steven Gerrard. Steven Gerrard is definitely better than Frank Lampard. Fat Lamps.
Do you agree?
I would say that Frank Lampard, unfortunately, in the league, he can do well and he performs consistently.
Yeah.
But I don't know why in the international scene he just freezes somehow, and I think it could be because of the combination of both him and Lampard together. Both him and Gerrard together, and where they both don't really complement each other because they are both so. Their style of play does not suit. Yeah, they don't complement each other in midfield. That's why. And then for Gerrard, I would say that this is quite sad to say, but Gerrard is actually individually, I would say, a more
he was better with Torres. He was better with Torres. I think because before this they already were starting to finally start gelling together, and then suddenly you throw one Lampard. Then
not really.
I said Lampard. Okay, that was the RP. And
could be a beat somewhere there.
And yes, and I think it's through the whole partnership off. Correct. Yeah, I really did.
But here's a thought. Would every Arsenal problem be solved if Gerrard is in your team?
No.
We don't really need anyone. We don't really need. We cannot have a Gerrard kind of player. I'm sorry.
Why?
If we were Gerrard, we would just be.
Seriously, it's
Wenger will still play the same way Benitez plays him.
What would we be looking at that?
We're gonna build a team around Fabregas, and that's it.
Yeah.
We cannot have any more. Even Danielson is like a mini
But
Fabregas.
Gerrard can play with.
That's what I'm saying.
Xabi Alonso.
Gerrard's best play is always going to be someone has to be like a Hargreaves, like a Flamini, like a Vieira, like a Messi. Even if you put Didier Deschamps there, it's still okay. I hate to go back to the But Gerrard would not fit. What Wenger needs is actually
No, let's say you have Gerrard from when he was young, and then you have Patrick Vieira
right now.
Right now, I think you'll probably rule Europe.
We'll rule Europe, but the thing is, it's the same thing as when Petit and Vieira were together. We were ruling everything. So it's not a big problem. What we need right now is not just a midfielder. We don't really need any more midfielders. We don't even need a winger. We have Nasri, who's good enough, I think. Walcott on the right is fine. Jack Wilshere coming in, both sides is fine.
But at least if Gerrard was there, he will probably be the captain, and he'll probably...
you won't get this right now, what you have in the papers. You will get Gerrard. If Gerrard was the captain, of course, if he's on a free transfer tomorrow, I'll take it. Who wouldn't? You want me to pay £50 million? Maybe no, I'd rather spend over 10 good players at £5 million.
What if you had to pay the price of Keane?
For what?
Or paying the same price for Robbie Keane or Robbie Keane?
No, as in...
Roy Keane or Robbie Keane?
Robbie
Keane? We don't want Robbie Keane at all.
No. As in not Robbie. As in you pay the same transfer price for Gerrard.
£20 million.
£20 million.
Yeah.
I still rather think I already use the money to buy a goalie, a centre back, and a striker. I'll let Adebayo
Totally Arsenal youth team psycho.
No, because I really believe Wenger is our youth team squad is awesome, but the thing is, they cannot do it week in, week out. Stoke will kill us. I'm sorry. we might actually beat teams like Newcastle, Fulham, who like to play nice, fancy, one touch, two touch, because we're better than them. But West Brom comes to town. You have Paul Robinson, the left back, throwing one in. Who's that guy who's the lad from Miller, from Manchester City, that Miller guy?
Miller?
Yeah, no, not Liam Miller. He was a youth player from Man City. That.
Danny Miller.
No, not Danny Miller.
Ismail Miller.
Ismail Miller. He's not even a good player, but
you can actually remember the name.
If you put it in front of like Galas or Torre, you've got to flick on and whatever, it's up for grabs. But at the end of the day, we need a goalie. Either that or Fabianski's got to play in goal. I think Fabianski is good enough. Almunia should go home, go back to run with the Bulls. A centre back, which I just said before, someone who's like Metzelder. I think he's from Real. He's free to go. Van Boyten, even though I didn't rate him at Man City. And someone like a striker, Huntelaar will be good, or Benzema. But knowing Wenger, he'll go for Benzema and spend 10 million more than we can get somewhere cheaper like Huntelaar.
Just because he's French.
Exactly. But you cannot blame the guy because Ferguson, if there were enough Scottish players, Ferguson will go for Scottish players. That's the truth.
Okay,
enough
of Gerrard. I know I opened out can with all this Gerrard talk.
Yeah, it's kind of like
who's
open
better?
goal.
Anyway, one more 0-0 match, and that is the late match. Wow, luckily I never stayed up to watch.
This one was also disappointing.
Aston Villa, well, Aston Villa are not too bad this season.
Yeah.
But I still thought Manchester United, Wayne Rooney should have scored.
Oh my god. He missed.
So what happened at Manchester United? I mean, were they missing Berbatov or were they missing Alex Ferguson at the touchline?
I think they're missing Alex Ferguson. I think they're definitely missing Alex Ferguson. I mean, that pretty much ended United's record-breaking 36 match run where they had actually scored in every game for 36 games. And it's not surprising being the most entertaining side in football.
He's like, who cares?
I hardly care about the record, but I know since you said that, it's quite awesome.
But it was a tough game, and Aston Villa are not they're not pushovers. I think they're fifth now, or are they fourth?
Yeah, but okay, we'll come to that later. But Man U was still pretty much on the upside during the match. But what happened? Was Alex Ferguson really that important?
Well, I think it was a good game. But unfortunately, none of the sides were able to actually score. Kudos to both teams. I think both teams played good attacking football, but it just wasn't their night. I think none of the top four scored, so it's just one of those weekends, really.
I think it must be the
England
versus Germany game in Berlin. Everybody concussed.
Probably.
I think everybody was just too tired out, man, after that.
Cristiano Ronaldo went to Brazil.
Exactly.
And then half of Liverpool teams were playing for Spain. And
that's why Liverpool team and half the team played for all the rest of the world.
France play as well.
So
that's actually a very good point.
San Marino played as well.
No, we give
I never
chance to
knew we had
the
this
big clubs like Spurs. You know?
But Arsenal team, most of it weren't internationals either.
Actually,
So where were they?
let's start naming them.
Now you want to know why Spurs are so happy? Now take a look at the bottom 5 of the EPL table.
Where are they?
They're no longer there.
They
Oh my God.
Horrors upon horrors.
In the 3 months which I hosted this show,
This is
they've
our first.
always
time.
been at the bottom of the.
I think they've been relegated already.
They either relegated or the truth
or
is
they
they've gone up to about 16 or 15.
Relegated out of the
Yeah,
top 4.
place. So meanwhile, Newcastle also crawl their way out.
Yep.
Well, Wigan, Blackburn, and West Brom are now currently in trouble, but they are quite close together. See, 15 to 11, 11 points. So
yeah.
anything,
It's anybody's
any change,
bad right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Anything.
Right. So let's have a look at the top 5.
Woo! Sorry.
Not so good for Arsenal.
Oh, Aston Villa. Very nice.
Aston Villa doing quite
Nice
well.
one.
Man United. When are they going to play their game in hand? When are they ever going to play their game in hand?
Well, it hasn't been scheduled yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think January, right?
It's
Post. I think it's
They all
post
keep
Christmas.
saying, "Oh, we still got a game in hand. We still got a game in
Yeah.
hand." But no, even if they win their game in hand,
Yeah, well,
still 5 points behind Liverpool and Chelsea.
5 points isn't very much. I think
What,
last
who?
season Chelsea actually came very close to winning, but they were like 11 points with 2 games in hand. So
that's true.
5 points isn't very much.
Yeah, let's not forget that Man U came from a 10-20 points deficit against
Yes, yeah.
Newcastle previously.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, that
Yeah.
was a brilliant
That's
year.
different. You can't give it away.
That's as old as the Manic Street Preachers, 1996.
Of which, of course, I don't know because I'm too young for that.
I'm too old for this. But then keep coming with your comments. We need more comments from y'all. Okay,
Yes.
so we'll come back after this break, man.